It's here, that one's here, that one's here. Cool.
To get a letter. The student that just came down to recess.
Yes.
To work on like other stuff in algebra, or did you send him down to work on algebra? Because he's saying that he wants to work on all this other stuff.
Coming in tomorrow to do review and quiz number 2 with me.
Okay. Because the only reason I ask is because I said to him, I said, my thing is saying that you're missing all of algebra class to not
That's
do
exactly
algebra.
that's what I said. And choices will be made because last time nothing was accomplished in here anyway.
Okay.
If all of the instruction needs to be one-on-one, because that's the only way it gets done,
Okay.
all right. But choices are made. We had a really good conversation with Mom at conferences and laid out plans and options, and choose what you're gonna do, dude.
Okay.
Thank you for checking.
Yep.
Is anyone still going? Did everyone solve and check? Yes, I know that part. I'm checking that everyone did the check with it. Hey, I really don't want us to be getting the dumb points off by not just following the directions. Trey, shut your hole. I want to know what you know, not what Tommy knows. Come to think of it, I probably don't want to know what Tommy knows either. What's up? A thing. Now you said, what did I do wrong? How do you know you're wrong?
Because I got the wrong answer.
How do you know it's the wrong answer?
Because I checked it in the calculator.
Okay. Put what you got on your check.
Oh, I got
Like, you plugged it in here and you plugged it in here. What are the two things you got?
equal and then 7.
Okay, so you put does not equal in between there. And you don't know where you went wrong? Okay. I'm telling you right now, that's a 4 out of 5. Because I see where it is, and we're going to talk about it in a second here. Okay. Jocelyn, we okay now?
Yeah.
All right. Checky. What the bejeebus is this?
like these. Pretty good.
But they're blue.
Yeah. They're really good. Best flavor.
It's like someone murdered a Smurf and sprinkled it on veggie straws. Okay. You know how much food dye is in that? You're gonna be pooping green for a week, dude. Okay. All right. Round one. Elena. What do you not like up there? Who's got to move? Okay. It doesn't matter. There are 4 answers now, and they are all correct. Elena doesn't like the 8. Okay. Show it. 6x is 24 minus 12x. Because that's the particular path that she took. Now, who's lonely? 6x all by itself. He's lonely because he's lazy. Bring the date to him, and maybe he'll get out of his mom's basement. Okay. Show that zero's out. I now have 18x is 24. Now, however you started the problem, you probably got here. Abby, what'd you do next? Divided what by 18? Uh-huh. It's over here like, yeah, you want to throw hands about it? Like, why you keep saying that? Because I did 24 divided by 18.
Oh, I did 18 divided by 24.
Okay, it's a very, very simple mistake, right? But look what I did. I drew my 1 to show that 18 divided by 18 is 1. That now forces me to look at 24 over 18 instead of 18 over 24. I can reduce that. What do 24 and 18 both have in common as a factor? 4/3 is not a factor. What goes 6? Okay, when I reduce them by 6, I get 4/3. Yes. Okay, so that's why I said it was 4 out of 5. Okay, now the conversation we had, she says, I know I got it wrong. Why? Because you did the check, right? You did the check, and the check ended up this number, not that number. So I know I did something wrong, but I can't find what. Run it all the way to the end zone, even if you accidentally run to the wrong end zone. Okay? Hopefully one of your teammates will tackle you before that. If I take it all the way there and I do the check and I show that it's wrong, and then next to the problem I write, I don't know where I went wrong. There was 2 or 3 of you who did that on the last quiz. And I gave that a 4 out of 5. Because you did all the steps right, except this one tiny piece. You still did the check, you know you're wrong, and you looked for the error, you just weren't able to find it. You did all the things. We just goofed that one part. Should your entire problem be nuked and say, like, nope, -5, because we did that one thing wrong? Okay, that's not fair. So if I get x is 4/3, I got to go all the way back to the original and make sure that actually works. So 6 times a thing minus 8, does that really equal 16 minus 12 times a thing? If I say that it's 4/3, and I stop dropping slinkies, then 1/3 of 6 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. 1/3 of 12 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. I get 0 is 0. It doesn't matter what number you get, as long as they're the same. So we're going to say 2 for your work, 1 for your answer. 1 for having done the check and showing what it equaled, or explaining, I know something went wrong here because my check is not equivalent. Okay, so 3 for the problem, 2 for the check. Questions on it? Okay. And then that goes away. Oh! It don't save. Crap, now I got to remake a daily quiz. Okay. You have had 4 days. I think I got 1 question, maybe. Speak now or forever hold your pieces. Yes'm.
19.
All right, I'm just going to write them up here because I don't want to fight with clever. And you know what? It's not even clever is the problem. It's Pearson. Pearson's side is slow. So we're going to go old school. We're just going to bring the book up here. All right, you said 19? Oh, that was our word problem. Gotcha. Womp. Okay, we have. Was that broken up? 5? All right. So, you got this little diagram drawn where you got little planters, like box planters. And it says you got a rectangular greenhouse, 1 wall, 7-foot storage area, 5 sections of different kinds of plants. They're all going to be the same size. Next one, on the opposite wall, 4-foot storage area, 6 sections for plants. The catch is it says all of those sections are of equal length. So, if that's not a lopsided greenhouse, what should I be able to say about that wall and that wall? They're the same. If they're the same, then they are equal. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal sections of unknown length plus a 7-foot storage area. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections of equal length plus a 4-foot storage area. On down the rabbit hole we go. Are we okay with the equation once we have it? Like that's usually what happens is I can math, I can't English. Like turning the words into the equation, but once I have the equation, I'm fine. Freshman. Okay. So hey, out of curiosity, did any of you do the double dose on these? Where you do this and say, well, I know 7's going to be alone, so I'll bring them a date right now. Were any of you doing that 2 at a time? No one? Okay. 1? Like actually, you were doing 2 at a time? All right, attaboy. I'm just curious if anyone is, because some people are comfortable with it and some aren't. And if you go and ask any of your classmates or any upperclassmen for help with math, like maybe maybe you got an older sibling, maybe you got a friend who's also in cross country, and you're asking for help with math, they might just go for that without ever saying otherwise. So I want to at least show it to you in case that's something that you want to do. What are you doing? Take one. Happy birthday. You, on the other hand, have to pay. Okay. Anything else besides 19 EU words? Yesm? 18? Was it more words? Oh, okay. Someone came in and asked this. Who was it? Keely? Okay. So 18 was in the wrong section. They literally wrote that problem in the wrong section of your homework. It should not have been there because it's not something we covered yet. We literally have not done that yet. So you shouldn't have understood how to do that unless you remembered it from last year. So I'm going to say pause on 18. We're going to come back to it. Okay? That was the one. See, I knew someone asked the question. Okay? No one should have known what was going on there because we haven't seen it yet. What'll happen is kids will have things disappear and then they just decide to move the equal sign around because they feel like it. You get into trouble with that. So we left off with equation, two variables. We did not get to 3 yet, correct? Yes, no? We have not gotten to 3. Okay. So before we go on to that, I want to say, can we fraction? Show me what you're working with. Okay, section 2.4, right after problem 2. Can you work with this if there's fractions? Did we do 16 already?
Yeah, we did 16 and 17 last week.
Well, hey, if you're asking right now, wait, we did? That means you didn't do what you were supposed to? You should probably fill that in. All right. Did we do 17?
Yes.
Well.
And 21.
All right, then right where number 3 is, I want you to not do number 3. We're just going to pick random numbers. Seriously, 5, 35. 3, 5, 5, 15, 7, 20, 12, 12, 36, 45. Go! Right where number 3 is, I want you to write this one instead. I have no idea what that's going to come out as. It could come out nice. It could be butt ugly. You could have like 177 over 46. I don't know. But we should be okay with fractions. Either you remember how to do fractions because we've pounded enough middle school rust off of the gears, or you got a calculator that'll do it for you. Hey, I'm just making up numbers. It's probably going to be yucky. So what's that? 36, 5, 5, 7, negative 15, 8, negative 8, 35, 36. Yep. Is that Mrs. Jeffries or is that her TV? Okay. Like, I don't know actual humans who talk like the videos we show kids. Nine, 935, 270, 245, 315, 315 over 2. Right? Over 2? It is over 2? Negative 315 over 2? I mean, I'm completely out of mental mojo right now, so I might be wrong. But
And then I divided over. I divided that and I got 315. Not over 2, just negative.
oh, right here, because that should have been 8. Because you're subtracting this. So you'd have 7 35ths minus 15 35ths.
Oh, okay.
Or just grab your calculator and say 1/5 minus 3/7.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. I think you tried to add it. Okay. My mental mojo ended up at negative 315 over 2, and I got 2 of our more accurate students also confirming that. So I'm assuming that we're there. Well, remember if I have, like, say I have 5 over negative 2, it's kind of improper to leave negatives downstairs. So you can either put it out front of the whole thing, or you can put it up top. Because no matter what, it's still a negative and a positive. So the total answer is still negative no matter what. All right, let's see what happens. Now, I saw a bunch of kids working with fractions. Perfectly legal. Subtract 9, subtract 9. Zeros out. 36. But that means 1/5 x is going to be lonely over here, so I'm going to subtract 3/7 x. Subtract 3/7 x. Common denominators, if you don't remember how that works, multiply by 7 by 7. Multiply by 5 by 5. Getting negative 8 35ths. Dividing by fractions is easy as pie. Times negative 35 eighths times negative 35 eighths. Cross cancel, divide both by 4. And 9 by negative 35 is a negative 315 over 2. Now that's if I want to work with fractions. What if I don't want to work with fractions? Who else did the multiply thing? Who remembered the multiply thing? Okay. If I don't like fractions, then multiply by the least common multiple between 5 and 7. Take this whole honking thing times 35. Now that's probably where Heath was ending it with such huge numbers, right? A fifth of 35 is 7x. But I still need to do 35 times 9. Really? Take 35 times 3/7, 15x. Take 35 times 45 is 30 and 5, 40 and 5, 1200, 150, 250, 350, 1550, 1575. Subtract 15x. Subtract 315. Divide. And it reduces down to that negative 315 over 2 again. Can you work with ugly numbers? Like, I'm not asking if you like it. I'm asking, can you? I don't like it, but I can. Okay. Did I like changing diapers? No. Could I do it? Sometimes. No. All right, so move on to 3. No. In my house, it is equal domestic duty. Literally, duty. Go on to problem 3. What's different about this compared to all the ones we were doing last time? So what should I do? Get rid of the parentheses. Distribute. That's it. It's just one step in front of what we were doing. Enough of the slinkies. You too, booger. Take 2 times the stuff. 10x minus 2. Take 3 times the stuff. 3x plus 33. Then, Rylan. Who don't you like up there? Who's looking at you funny? Make a move. The negative 2? We don't like him? Okay. I don't like negative 2. It's giving me the side eye. So I'll add 2. Show me that zero's out. 10x is 3x plus 35. Once you hit this point, once you have moved something, you play the Who's Lonely game. All by myself. Okay. I need to get rid of that negative 3x, or that positive 3x, sorry. Not you. You. There you go. Zero it out and say I have 7x's equals 35. You might be able to mental math it. I don't care. You still need to show it. Divide both sides by 7. Show that 7 divided by 7 is 1. Where do I put this 5 to check it? No. All the way to the original. Mm-hmm. We're going to say 2 parenthesis 5 parenthesis minus 1. Does that equal 3 parenthesis for x plus 11? There is absolutely nothing wrong with then doing that in your calculator. I don't care. Grab your calculator and say 2 parenthesis 5 parenthesis 5 parenthesis minus 1. You just go parenthesis bonkers on it. I am in the wrong screen. Wow. 2 parenthesis 5 parenthesis 5 parenthesis minus 1. Exactly what I just said. But I get a 48. What does that mean? My answer is 48? Oh, wait, no, it's 48. 48 doesn't equal 5. I'm wrong. No, do both sides. I now need to see that the other side is also 48. So I'll say 3 parenthesis, a parenthesis to say here's my x, plug it in, plus 11, close the parentheses. 48 equals 48. We're good. That's also what I want to see on your paper. 48 equals 48. Like, that was a human being? I thought someone took the flarp. All right. So distribute, move something. I don't care what you move. Because once you move something, then it's just the who's lonely game. Get x by itself, divide, you're good. Okay. Two different ones for two different flavors. Go.